Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to the new video of our JavaScript series. So in previous video we have discussed about where, let and const and about the scoping, how scoping works in like not in detail, but yeah, you can say in like simply. So now in that video we'll be exploring more topics, more basic topics of JavaScript. You can see the topic list will be mainly following this JavaScript article of GFG, but alongside we can follow the other platforms whenever needed, as I have used W3 schools in the previous video. So you can check those platforms out, and I will attach the link of this platform of this article in comment section. Don't forget to check it out from below comment, and don't forget to add a comment of yours also. So now let's see what in this article is telling. So now here is some basic things, some basic syntax in JavaScript. So JavaScript syntax refers to the rules and conventions dictating how code is structured and arranged within the JavaScript programming language. This includes statements, expressions, variable functions, operators, and control flow constructs. If you have done C language or C++ or anything previously, you know that whenever we writing code in some language, we need to maintain some things. Okay, if you if I give you a simple example, in case of like C language, we need whenever we are declaring a variable, then at first we have to put a data type or write the data type which we are going to accept. Let's say int. Then we have to write the variable name inside which we are going to like accept the data. So this is a syntax, okay, how we are like doing the stuffs. Now in C language, let's say whenever we are declaring a function, there then there is a set of rules which we are following. So that's the things. Okay, now what in the case of JavaScript? So there is some things. So console.log, this is a basic thing to print something on the console. Console means if I right click here and inspect the page, the web page, then go to console. Here you can see console, okay. And if I click here, here is nothing. So simply if I copy this thing or write this thing here also in console, so I think console, sorry, console dot log, let's say 7. If I enter, then you can see 7 is printed here, okay, and the type of 7 is undefined font now, or like this is something, don't go over it, just focus on it, that we have written console.log something and this is console, okay, or this is printed in the console. So we're doing programming stuffs in console. Actually you can compare it with the uh, running engine of C language or C++ in our system. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, whenever we are downloading a software which is able to run uh, or compile C language or Java language or like C++, then there is some logics behind it. In case of JavaScript or client-side JavaScript, that logic is embedded in browser itself. So that is the magic of JavaScript. So yeah, now in case of C language, we write printf, then we print something. So in case of like in case of JavaScript, we write console.log. Okay, now we can simply do it like experimented it here. Next, JavaScript syntax refers to the set of rules that determines how JavaScript programs are constructed. Now there is a concept called variable in JavaScript. Just a second and ignore the background voice. Just a second. Okay, so sorry for any background noise. Now, JavaScript syntax First one is if we want to declare a variable, then we need not to write the type of that variable. We can simply use let, const or var and then write the name of that variable. Okay. Mainly we use const to keep the value of a variable unchanged. Okay. Let's say we want, if we set a value of a variable, then it should stay unchanged throughout the program. So in that case, we write const in place of let, and generally for now we use let. Previously programmers like they used var in place of let for simple declaration and const for constant value, but now they are separate and we mainly use let for declaring a simple variable and const for declaring a variable whose value should not be changed throughout the code. Okay, so that is the thing. Now there is some steps, just a second. First of all, there is variable declaration, then assignment values to the variable. Let's say we have assigned 5 to the variable, then computer value of variable, like whatever, though we need not to focus here, but that is the thing. To use a variable, at first we have to declare it and then assign a value to it. So that is the thing. We can do practical of this and you can also do. I am using my JavaScript editor. I will attach this link below. Also, I have mentioned about it in our previous video, but I will also attach it in the comment section for this video also. So now, for declaring a variable, at first simply write let, then the variable name. Let's say variable name is example, or let's say name. Okay, and simply we can directly assign the value in that line. Also, we can assign the value in next line. Okay. For now, let's assign a integer or like number type of value. But for now, let's say 90. And then if we console.log it, it should print the value 90. Console dot let's say name. Sorry, actually I wanted to assign a string here. You can simply write single quote, inside it write a name. Let's say my name is Gaurav, so I am assigning it. Let's run it. You can see Gaurav is printed on the screen. So actually this is performing the work of console. If you are linking a JavaScript with a HTML, then you need to open the console, and whenever you are running, it will show the output in the console. Okay, now I have simplified the task by making this JavaScript editor just to practice the basic things. Okay, now let's go here. Here you can see variable values. These are called variables. Okay, before that JavaScript values. So there are two type of values defined in JavaScript syntax. First one is fixed values. These are known as the literals, and variable values. These are called variables. Okay. So literals and variables, two type of values can be declared in JavaScript. These are the features of JavaScript which have some predefined syntax. JavaScript literals, we will be discussing about, like these are the things. Okay, fixed value and variable value. Don't, you need not to focus more on it, just to know the thing, you can grab it. After that these things are explained, let's go. Let's discuss about the JavaScript literal in this video, and in next video we'll be discussing about the next topics. So what they are telling about the JavaScript literals. Syntax rules for the JavaScript fixed values are, for fixed values, okay, JavaScript numbers can be written with or within decimals, without decimal actually. So we can, whenever we are declaring a value, okay, we need not to write int or float like C or C++ language. Here we can directly define the variable or declare the variable and assign any type of value to it. Okay, it can be a string, it can be a number, it can be a floating number, anything. Here they have added or assigned string. If I zoom it, you can see inside double quote we can also write assign string, inside single quote we can also assign it. Okay, and if you print it, everything will be printed. So that is the magic of JavaScript. You need not to separately mention the type of the variable. Okay, just before declaring a variable, you need to write this let or const, whatever. When whatever you want to use, according to you use case, you need to write this let or const. So for now we are using let, and they are printing these things. Okay, now JavaScript variables. A JavaScript variable is a simple name of the storage location where data is stored. There are two types of variables in JavaScript which are listed below. Okay, local variable declare a variable inside of a block or function, and global variable declare a variable outside function or within the window object, whatever. We need not to know about it, but just we have read it out. Next, let's see the example. Example is the important. This example shows use of JavaScript variables. So what they have like they did that let name equals to apple, simply they have simply written it globally. This is not inside any function or block. And now they have written a function. Okay, they have written a function, and what is inside that function, let's see. So there is another variable called num, and they have assigned a value. So this is local variable declaration, and then console.log it simply no, and then console.log the name. Name is global. Sorry, name is global in that case. Correct. And this num is local. So here is also num is written. Now whenever they are calling it, okay, whenever they are calling it, this is going to that function. Okay, and after going to that function, whenever they are calling it, at first this console.log, this name is printed. This name is taken from the outside like global scope apple. So apple is printed here, and then number which is taken from the local is printed here. Sorry. So that is the thing that are not so much important, but as an explanation I have explained to you. Here is some operators. Simply if you know a programming language, you need not to worry about these things. Just like mm, go through it with my video, okay, in 2x. So JavaScript operators are symbols that are used to compute the value, or in other words, we can perform operations on operands. Okay, operands means let's say there is some values 4 and 5. We want to add it, so we will use some operator plus. So plus is here the operator, and that 4 and 5 are operands. So that is the thing. Okay. So yeah, that simple things are there. Arithmetic operators are there, which is plus minus, star means multiplication, and slash means division. Okay, are used to compute the values, and assign operators equals to, plus equals to, percentage equals to are used to assign the values of the variable. So that is simple thing if you know a programming language, and you need to know a programming language definitely. So if you have not learned about any programming language, you can just like learn about C language. I will also attach some links below in the comment section. You can check those playlists out. Okay, now this example shows the use of JavaScript operators. So what they have done, they have simply taken three variables. So inside in between which x is using for the first variable, or like storing the first variable, y is using for storing the second variable value. Actually 3 and 23 are not variables are x and y, but the values of that variable are 3 and 23. Okay, now we are using arithmetic operator here to add them out and store them in the third variable or in the result variable, and finally we are like printing the result on the console. So that is the thing. Whenever this process is done, you can check this out with different operators, name, minus, multiplication, division. So this type of things you can check those out. These are not so much like cool stuffs, or like what I can say, so much useful stuffs for now if you know a basic programming. So JavaScript expressions are there. After that, simply if you know the rule of expression, let's say BODMAS, so yeah, you can write different type of expressions, and calculated results will be there. Important thing which you need to focus here, that whenever we are doing console.log, let's say we want to get different values, and we want to like print them one by one, okay, or inside or using a simple single console.log. So in that case what you will do, let's go to the code editor. Let's say here we have declared two variables, okay, let a equals to 3 8, okay, a equals to 8, and let b equals to 10. Okay, now what you will do, if you have to like console console log these variables, so you will simply write a at first, then you will copy the thing, and then you will write another line, and then b, and then you will just print it. But now if we do this thing, a plus b, so what will happen, let's see. This becomes 18, means operation occurred. But now we will do another thing. What? Let's go here and let's like just a second. Okay, so now here if you just write a comma, we are doing some experiments. So what will happen, you can see this is comma separated, and both values of different variables are printed using a single console.log. So whenever you are trying to print different variables, you can use that comma operator, okay. So that is the thing. If you want to use or print those things in the next line, so for that what you have to do, just simply write plus, then a string slash n, means new line character, and then again plus. Let's see what will happen. Yeah, they are printed in the next line. Okay, you can have a question that what will happen instead of plus if we give comma here. Let's try it. So let's print it. This is also working, okay, this is also working. So that is the thing, you can use anything. So you can also use plus operator as well as this thing, okay. So that is the thing. Now mainly whenever using slash n, then use plus operator. This is not a big deal actually. So that's the thing. Now there is JavaScript keywords and JavaScript comments also. Let's see what are there. Okay, like three things are there. I will be explaining it in the next video. So thank you for watching this video. This is already of 18 minutes. So I will explain about it in the next video. So for now we are doing the basic things of JavaScript, but we'll be deep diving in the actual visual part, how we are integrating JavaScript or client-side JavaScript with HTML and different front-end technologies. So that is the thing. So that's all for this video. So thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with it. Okay. So thank you.